My name is Moses Bombo Tambasin. So I want to speak to you today on the vision that I developed during this year 2010 or 2011 that I would like for us to come around, support it, to take it to our dear country, Liberia. My vision is that it is about time that we Liberians, wherever we are, Liberians in South Africa, Liberians in Liberia, Liberians in Ghana, in Togo, in North America, in Sweden, in France, in Norway, in Canada, in Geneva, wherever we are, it is important that we come together at this moment because we have traveled a lot and we have discovered that there is nothing like free money. And so what that go to say that when people come together and decide to do something like undertake or development, it is possible, it's much more achievable when you come together. And so the vision I developed is that how can we as Liberians, despite the fact that it is very difficult, as you know, in your country, wherever you are, in the United States, where I live, it's difficult so much for us to be able to gather money together to pay our bills, to send money for our children and our family, and be able to have sufficient leftover to undertake a major project on your own, like to build a village or a well. Well, since that's the case, does that mean that we also just sit and wait on the government to do it? I arrive at the conclusion that no, we don't have to do that. All of us can come together and just contribute $2. Just $2. Your $2, my $2 put together, and the $2 from 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 Liberians around the world put together is sufficient and good enough to be able to target a village in Liberia. And how we are going to do this is we're going to have to come together, organize ourselves leadership-wide to have representatives in different countries around the world. We're going to have the central leadership, which will be the president and the CEO, and we'll have vice presidents. So we'll be able to collect $2 every month. The $2 collected from you, from me, put together is going to come to a large sum of money, and then we can be able to target a village in Sando County. Let's take Sando County for an example. Before the war in Liberia, you will agree with me that there were people who were working, they were not lazy, they were good family people, they took their money. Some of them in their villages, they were like 4 or 5, they had their own village and they lived there, they didn't bother government, they were not into politics, and life was fine for them, and they were living. But when the war came, it drove them away from their village. And so today, many of them are dead. They have nowhere to go and they have no place to sleep. Some have to go and connect with a different village. So it means that village is abandoned today when we look at it in Liberia. It is no longer there. They have gone and attached to another village. And so that village has become an abandoned village. So it means that Liberia history is changed. So until you and I can come together to rebuild that village, to give hope to the people that used to live in that village, our country history, our country cultural value is all damaged. You know it and I know it. And so then we're going to have to come together and identify as a village and be able to put our resources together, every one of us, wherever you are in Liberia, wherever you are outside of Liberia, and go back to rebuild that village so that the people who left from that village and went to the nearby town can be able to go back and live in their village as they used to. In other words, to be able to live their pre-war time. So when we do that, we have just been able to restore hope to the hopeless, build a village for the homeless, and I think that God will be happy to us, and God will be very happy with us, in that we are not just thinking about what for ourselves, recognizing how difficult really it is, like we have said, to take care of oneself and a family. So we're going to have to target those villages that were destroyed, to rebuild those villages. When we are done with these villages, from town to town, from county to county, next we are going to attack, help people who again were people working, they were not lazy, they built their lay houses, homes, and they were living there, and when the war came, minding their business, but the war did not excuse them because they were minding their business. So many of them were killed, some of them didn't die from the bullet, but today they are homeless. When you look at them, I mean, it's like you can't believe that these were people who were living on their own and were able to afford for themselves, and so today they have become homeless. Some of them are walking in the streets in Sano County, in Grand Cape Man County, in Moserado County, in Lofa County, in Nimba County, in Harper, in Zredru. Wherever they are there. They are human beings. They were not lazy. They did all they have to do to remain Liberians. But they were not excused. There was no law that says, don't go and destroy that man, don't go and kill him because he was minding his business. The people that suffer most were in fact people that mind their businesses, who were not after politics. And so that those of us that God have saved our lives to be alive today have that moral responsibility. And I think it will be the good thing to do to be able to come out of ourselves, though we don't have to, but to take upon that initiative to say, we are going to restore that gentleman who used to have a place to sleep, but today he has no place to sleep. And you and I know that it is impossible for government to go and rebuild destroyed villages in each town or village. You and I know that it is impossible for government to go and build individual homes for people. Yes, government is going to go ahead to develop the country, but I believe that government is going to focus on what is in common for the people. Maybe like building schools, maybe building hospital, maybe building other things. So, but you and I are going to have to be able to rebuild our country, and this is why I'm calling you to do that. And we're going to have to join together to rebuild our country, and it's only going to require $2 from you and $2 from me. So wherever you are under the sound of my voice, talk to your friends, talk to your family, and encourage them to subscribe to Liberia Rebuild Team at yahoogroups.com. All right, Liberiarebuildteam at yahoogroups.com. Send the email to it. It might come back to you, say you are not subscribed. And then look below that email. You're going to see a link that will tell you, click here if you want to join. Click on that, follow the step before you look, you are on, or you're already a member of Liberia Rebuild Team at yahoogroups.com. This is a discussion forum that I have created in order to bring all of us together from wherever we are, so we can be able to share ideas, so we can be able to talk together, so we can be able to know each other, and put hands together, put our little resources together, and rebuild the country. Now you may want to ask, how Moses are we going to rebuild? Who is free from this participation? There is nobody free from this participation. Nobody free, because even the students in the village say, if we're going to build a village in Sando County, we are asking the church, the religious leaders in that place, the imam in that place, the Baha, or whatever religious group there is in that village, we're going to call on you. We are calling on you to join us. We'll call on Liberian churches all over the world to join us. We'll call on friends of Liberia, wherever you are, to join us. I'm calling on NGOs, wherever you are, both in Liberia, to join us. We are calling on government ministers, directors, businesses to join us. This is not an individual undertaking. It is not my undertaking. This is the undertaking of the Liberian people. Because we believe for so long we have depended on free gift. For so long we have accepted, expected, and waited for money from America, from Europe, to come to develop our country. Over 160 years we have been left alone. Our towns are in ruins, and there is nowhere, nobody is going to do that for us. Only we can do it for ourselves. And so then we can do this by trying to come together and put our resources together. And I believe we can achieve this. And I believe we can do this because it is being done. There are citizens of other countries in this very place where I live in America. The Jews, for example, they come together and they put money together and they undertake projects in Jerusalem. And so today, they are not in Jerusalem. They don't live in Jerusalem. But while they live in London, while they live in Geneva, while they live in Canada, while they live wherever they live, their income is being spent to build Jerusalem, or Israel, so to speak. And so that national pride is there. Their children don't go there, but they give their contribution. They identify with their country. And so it is about time that we Liberians must come together to identify with our country. Your talent, my talent, your expertise, and other people's expertise, we're going to have to bring them together and use it for the good of Liberia. Life is not lived well if that life is lived only to support yourself and your kids. Life is not lived well if that life is only spent or lived to buy yourself the nice cars, to buy yourself the mansions that you can ever think about. Life is not lived well if you can put all the money in your pocket. Life is not lived well until our surroundings, until our neighbors, until our districts, our towns and villages are developed. We are all now developed. We are all now living well, even though the surface layer, the brain may tell you are living well, because you may tell me, Moses, you crazy, I have my car, I have my PhD, I have my master's degree, I'm a nurse and making this money and that money. But the question I have for you is, what will that take? I'm sorry, what will that take from you if you are just to give $2? Or what does that mean to you if you have it all and your neighbor, your friend, someone you know where you come from, they have nothing? They are dying. After all, life is vanity. I am never going to live forever. You are never going to live forever. And so the only uniqueness in life is to help. I do understand there are some people, when you help them, like for us, Liberia and Liberians, and for so long, from 1847, our day of independence, we had dependent on America to give us money. And so then that's why when somebody wants to run to be president for Liberia, we say, do you have America's support? If America is behind you, we think they are going to come with all the money. But I want to tell you, to develop Liberia is you and me, and no one else. They may play politics with our lives, because what happened when a beggar, what does a beggar really stand for? What does it really mean to beg? Especially taking us, for example, Liberia. Somebody come and say that we have our iron ore, we have diamonds, we have gold, we have timber. Well, they are going to give us $100,000, my brother, to pave, maybe to build a road, maybe from Monrovia to Buchanan. And in return, they are going to decide how much they are going to pay for the rocks. Or they are going to take the rocks that we should have negotiated the fair price and give us over $1 million. They are going to give us $100,000. So they are getting 90%. So we are actually losing, though. We are losing. Okay? But as soon as we can come together and we can see that our $2 payment is good enough we can be able to make sure that we can achieve something. And at the end of the month, we can look at what our $2 payment have achieved for ourselves. You can be proud and tell your son, my son, invest into Liberia development. You can be able to tell your friends and your co-workers on the job to invest in the development of Liberia. Because that's the right thing to do, and God will bless you wherever you are. We should not be ashamed to talk about the development of Liberia. So that is why it is necessary, and I call upon you to come together. Liberia Rebuild Global Team. You are the member of this team. Without you, this team cannot succeed. Without you, this goal cannot be accomplished. Because the idea and the vision is built on the number of people. It's not built on how much one person gives. It's calculated. You can give more than $2, but it's calculated on the number of human beings. It is about the participation of the Liberian people. Because if I, from Lofa County, one of the advantages of our unity to rebuild our country, we must now begin to invest into each other's county. We must now begin to invest into each other's tribe. If you talk about reconciliation in Liberia, looking at where the people have come from, looking at the way they have suffered, if you're talking about true reconciliation is not about getting cow for the people to eat. You kidding me? We want for Sando County to come under Rebuild Liberia Global Team so that the $2 from the citizens of Sando will be spent to build a village in Grand Cape Mount County. The $2 from the payment of citizens from Maryland County will be used to build a village in Nimba County, vis-a-vis, so that all of us coming together as a united country, united people, united tribes of Liberia, to collect money, to invest into each other county. The end result is huge. The impact is huge. On the positive side, tomorrow, if somebody bring gun and give it to Lofa County and say take it and go attack Sando County, Lofa people will say no, we have to build Sando County. There is more to gain in unity and more to gain or more to lose in our diversity, in our disunity, so to speak. And so it's going to bring us together. It's going to bring villages together, because on our development agenda, we are going to encourage people in these towns and villages to join, to come together on the day of the construction. We are calling on the business people to donate whatever you can. We are calling on the wheelbarrow boys, wherever you can join us. It is an attitude, it is a habit we are building into ourselves. The habit of changing our mindset, that we don't have anything, to say yes, we do have something. I do have my hands. God did not give you this hand for nothing. God did not give you this foot for nothing. God did not give you this eye for nothing. God did not give you this brain for nothing. So if you and I can put together, if you and I can hold together, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. And so I apologize to you if I have offended you in any way or form. I'm so sorry. But let's get around this. Every organization has advantage, has a benefit. Rebuild Liberia Global Team is not to overshadow any organization. It's not to take over any church. We invite churches, pastors to join to pray, imam to join to pray, NGO to join to pray for us, so that your name will be written in that global initiative. There is nothing wrong with remaining your county organization. In fact, it's going to strengthen you. This is about the country as a whole. So join us today. If you have any question, you are always welcome to call me directly. My name is Moses Bombo Tambasi. My number is 215-939-6764. If you want to email me directly, but for the purpose of the discussion forum, it wouldn't be good once you have subscribed to the forum you can just send an email. But if you want to send me a personal email to just maybe ask me some questions or to learn what we can do, that email address is Made in Liberia, MADEINLIBERIA, madeinliberia@gmail.com. And the discussion forum on Liberia Rebuild Global Team, I want you to subscribe to right now as you watch me, as you listen to me, is Liberia Rebuild Team, Rebuild Global, no, Liberia Rebuild Team at yahoo.com. LIBERAREBUILDTEAM at with a circle YAHOOGROUPS.com. Liberia Rebuild Team at yahoo.com. One word. That's it. Thank you. May God bless you. May God inspire you. May God bless your family. May you be encouraged to take this vision, to share it among Liberians wherever they are, to share it among Liberians on your job, among Liberians in your organization. Don't be shy, don't be embarrassed to talk about it, because you are talking about something not to put money in your pocket, but to help someone who is in need. Pastors, I call upon you. Imam, I call upon you to talk about this Liberia Rebuild Global Team in your mosques, in your churches, in your assembly, in your organizations, in your town meetings, in your family meetings. And let us encourage the children, even our children should be encouraged to give. Because this is a national mosaic, this is a national movement, this is a national revolution. We are changing Liberia from the nation of beggars and receivers to the nation of givers and achievers. And the only way we can do that is down from the power that be from above, down to the floor, that we all must see this as possible. And so when you're a minister or join this team as an individual, we count on you. We love you. God love you. May God bless you. May Liberia rise. May Liberia never be the same anymore. May we take charge for the development of our country. May we build houses for the homeless. May we build schools for our children to go to school. May we build hospitals so that our parents who are delivering every day on the mat behind the house, they are not recognized, they are not known, because how many people are going out there to document the delivery system in our towns and villages? No one. No one. It's so painful. It is so difficult when you just sit and look over life and say, what is in this life? What made people to be so greedy when they are pointed to some level? I'm sorry, I don't want to go into that. And they take what belongs to all for themselves. Where are you going? It's death, it's vanity. What image, what character are you building for yourself? It is better to do good than to do wrong. Beg, but don't steal. Don't take what belongs to all. And don't make begging to be a habit. Just I'm encouraging you now to join the team so that we can begin to give, and the giving can be our habit. Because it is a good thing to be a giver and practice